Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ben Colassa alongside my partner Pat McGann as we're here for the start of rivalry week between the Brother Rice Crusaders and the St. Rita Mustangs. The Crusaders are entering this matchup at 16-6, while the Mustangs are 15-8. Pat, it's starting to feel like summer a bit. 78 degrees and sunny here at George Sedlacek Field. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's one of the better days of the season so far. Wind blowing in just a little bit, so that'll keep the ball in the ballpark. But other than that, we got a good day for some baseball. A good rivalry game, as you just mentioned, too, Ben. The St. Rita Mustangs coming in. It's always good to see the Crusaders and the Mustangs face off, no matter what sport it is, especially baseball.
Yeah, it's Chicago Catholic League Blue baseball. There's just something special about it. You see the teams. I mean, one day one team might be miles ahead of each other, but when they're on the same diamond, there's just something special about it. They play to each other's level, just doing anything they can to win.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that 100%. Every sport's like that in the Catholic League. It's just teams are so evenly matched, and some of the best teams in the state always come from the Catholic League. So you're always in for a good treat when you're watching two Catholic teams go at it, especially when it's a storied rivalry like it is today, the Mustangs and the Crusaders.
And on the mound for the Crusaders today is senior Joe Payton, a Central Michigan commit. Payton's making his second pitching appearance so far this season. He's been dealing with some arm issues. He had surgery over the offseason, but it looks like he's finally getting back to full health. This is, I believe, Payton's first start at home. And Payton might not look it, but with that moderate frame he has, he can really get it up there in the mid to upper 80s, and he has a deadly 12-6 curveball to add to that duo. I mean, there was one point sophomore year against Fenwick. We went up to Fenwick in Oak Park, and Joe Payton threw a 16-strikeout perfect game through 7 innings. So Joe Payton is electric on the mound. He gets into a groove.
Yeah, hopefully he can come back. He's got a good opportunity here today. First home start against a good team, so he's got a great opportunity today.
And now stepping into the batter's box for the Mustangs is third baseman Mike Skorcheski. Jones in on the grass, and Payton's first pitch is high and outside for ball one. Payton from the windup now on 1-0. Fires a fastball in there for strike one. Counts even at 1. And that's called ball 2. It looked like Payton's inside fastball was just a bit inside. Payton evens it up again at 2-2 with the fastball. A lot of different ways Payton could go here. He's got a pitch to play with. Payton delivers on 2-2. Tries to get him chasing on the slider, but that's going to bring the count to 3-2. Full count now for Skorcheski. Payoff pitch from Payton. It's outside, ball 4. First at bat of the game for the Mustangs is a walk. It's going to bring Sam Jones in again on the grass as second baseman Brendan Corain, left-handed hitting, steps into the batter's box. Have Hayes pinching up the middle a little bit at shortstop as Corain is way up in the box. Payton takes a look, but that bunt attempt from Corain is pulled back as Payton tried to go high and inside with the fastball. Payton takes a look, but fires it in there for a ball. Brings the count to 2-0. Nobody out. One man out first for the Mustangs.
I want to settle down a little bit here. He's Payton's been throwing some quick pitches. He's been dealing pretty quickly, so up 2-0 right now.
Payton's 2-0 pitch is high and outside again. You know, if Payton delivers a second consecutive walk to start us out here, I think his cousin Jack behind the plate absolutely has to come out and have a quick word with him just to try and settle him down. And on 3-0, Payton brings it to 3-1 with a called strike on the outside corner. Payton's got to battle back now. This is a big at-bat early in the game.
Yeah, nobody out, man on first, and just like that, he's starting to get in Payton's head a little bit.
And the pickoff attempt from Joe Payton over to Dylan Fike at first is just a little bit high. And Skorcheski's going to be in there safely. Corain takes a big swing and a miss at it. It's going to bring the count to full now. Second consecutive full count now for Payton to start us out here at George Sedlacek Field. One man on first, nobody out. As Peyton fires over there again.
Something to mention, Ben, right field on down the line's looking very empty. He's wide open. Right field playing a little bit towards right center a little bit, so you got to watch for that. Crane's probably going to try and put it right on that line over there.
Yeah, I think Crusaders are just banking on the fact that Crane's going to be late on Joe Payton's lively fastball. Peyton takes a look, and Skorcheski is off, and that pitch is going to be popped up into the parking lot. Hit and run attempt from the Mustangs was stopped by the foul ball. So definitely going to be in the back of Peyton's head now on full count again with nobody out, but Joe Payton's just got to go with the batter here.
Yeah.
Crane calls timeout for the second time during this at-bat. Not liking the time. Joe Payton's trying to give himself on the mound, trying to get himself in a little bit more of a groove instead of just a quick pitch every time like you were saying, Pat. Here comes Peyton now as Skorcheski's off, and that's in the dirt, and it's going to be 2 consecutive walks.
And Ben, right as you were saying about the quickness of Joey Payton so far, it reminds me, I said this before in previous broadcasts, like a Chris Saylor and Mark Burley, those guys who would fire away and keep baseball games around under the 2-hour mark or right around that 2-hour mark, who would just pitch really quickly in between pitches to get in their groove. And not a surprise, those 2 pitchers are really good. So sometimes pitchers like it best when they're firing them away fast, quickly. So hopefully he can get into the groove here as he just walks the second man.
Yeah, and Payton's obviously still working some of the rust off as the first pitch from Peyton to Jalen Greer is called for a ball as Greer pulled back the bunt attempt. Definitely going to keep Sam Jones on his toes at third base, but as Greer can move out of the box.
And if you're Greer right here, I mean, all you're looking to do is just move these guys over. I would say. I mean, not important to. I mean, the base hit would help them, but just moving them over would help out the Mustangs.
Yeah, double play is not what you want. And he smokes over to Hayes at short. Hayes swallows it up over to Maher for 1 at second. Over to Fike. Crusaders go 6-4-3 to turn the double play. Hayes just swallowed that one. That was a shot over to Hayes. Hayes took it off the one hop over to Maher with these. Hayes making it look easy, the Illinois State commit.
Yeah, it was a great play there by Hayes. That's why he's the Illinois State commit, like you just said, Ben. Scoops that one up, turns the double play, and now man on third with 2 outs. It's going to be a lot harder to bring that man home for the Mustangs.
Comes Frank Napleton now, the first baseman for the Mustangs. He's going to take Peyton's first pitch curveball for a ball. Man on third now with 2 outs. Peyton evens the count now at 1 with the called first strike. This is a big moral victory for the Crusaders if they can fight their way out of this. And that's going to get past Jack Payton back there, but able to get on it quick enough to keep Skorcheski at third.
Yeah, rare pass ball there for Jack Payton. He's usually rock solid behind the plate. Luckily, there's a short backstop, too.
It's going to bring the count to 2-2. 2 outs, a man on third base. That fastball was called for a strike, and now Payton delivers on 2-2. Curveball is going to be swung and barely hit. It's going to be a foul ball into the parking lot. Napleton was just barely able to get the end of the bat on that one.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
It was just a desperation swing from Napleton as he knew it was going to be a called third strike. Here comes Payton from the windup. High fastball. Napleton once again just barely gets a piece of it.
He didn't like either of those pitches, like you were saying, Ben. He's shaking his head after that. He knows he's got to protect, but he also knows if he doesn't, he could be called out in that looking strike 3. So he's doing a good job protecting right now, but Payton's just got to fool him one last time here.
Here comes Payton on 2-2. It's going to be grounded over to Jones at third, and he's going to eat Jones alive and bounce over his head. Skorcheski's going to come in from third with ease. Mark that one up as an E5.
Kind of an awkward play there for Jones over there at third base. The bounce kind of came a few feet in front of him, so it would have been hard for him to stop it. He tried to, I mean, he looked like he was trying to put his body in front of it, but he kind of bent down a little bit, squatted down, and let it go right over his head. So, unfortunate play there for him. Bad bounce, but you got to bounce back after that play.
Yeah, Jones just was coming in, charged down up with the Crusader infield, just went against what he was looking for. And Zillman's going to swing at the first curveball in the dirt for strike 1. Zillman, the catcher for the Mustangs, was also the quarterback for the Mustangs. He broke his leg, I believe, in the matchup against the Crusaders. So Zillman making his return to Brother Rice High School. Here comes Peyton on 0-1, another curveball. Zillman thought about it. It's going to bring the count to 1-1. Frank Napleton on first base for the Mustangs. The Mustangs have plated one in this half of the inning. The 1-1 pitch from Peyton is going to hit Zillman right on the shoulder. Not a good start for Joe Peyton.
Yeah, you just got to, like you said, Ben, get settled in. First home start. He's, a little rusty. Hopefully he can figure some things out here. I mean, Peyton, his cousin Peyton, like you said in the back, hopefully he can calm him down a little bit. Just take a few deep breaths. Can't let any more cross the plate here.
The Mustangs pitcher now. Callahan is stepping into the batter's box. The right-handed hitting as he is way back in the box, trying to give himself as much time as possible against Joe Payton's lively fastball. Runners on first and second now as Peyton delivers. That fastball is going to be called. I think that one was a little high, but Peyton's fastball is looking like it has a little more life to it.
Yeah, good call right there. Helps him out.
From the stretch with a short leg kick, Callahan just barely gets a piece of that high fastball again. Peyton's probably either going to go right back to that high fastball. I think the curveball is pretty. Callahan will probably be on the curveball, but it's so good that I think Peyton can probably give him a miss now on 0-2. Goes to what looked like a slider, but it's going to be called high and inside for ball one. Runners on first and second now, 2 outs. Mustangs have scored 1. Peyton's pitch is just barely going to get a piece of Callahan. Second consecutive batter that Peyton has plugged. And Hayes is going to come in now from shortstop and have a word with this pitcher. Peyton was looking real good in that at-bat up until that point. Just looked like that breaking ball slipped on him a little bit.
Yeah, he gassed the Mustang up there a little bit twice. He's just got to settle down. Now the bases are loaded, 2 outs. After the double play, the Crusaders kind of gone on a downward spiral so far, so hopefully they can bounce back. But
Peyton's first pitch to junior outfielder Gavin Model is going to be called high and outside for a ball. Big spot for the junior from San Cristino stepping into the batter's box now. Bases loaded with a 1-run lead here in the top of the first. Peyton's 1-0 pitch is going to be called for a strike, even in the count at 1. Mustangs have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Peyton delivers on 1-1. It's going to be called for another strike on the outside corner. Peyton looks like he's found his groove again. He's in the lead here. 1-2, he delivers. It's going to be fouled off on the 99th Street. Gavin Model got a piece of that one.
Yeah, he's protecting right now, down in the count 1-2. Gassed him up there. Good pitch there by Peyton. Let's see if he can finally finish a batter out here.
Peyton from the stretch delivers on 1-2. They're going to call that outside, bringing the count to 2-2. Just missed.
Yeah, that was pretty close. That looked like a strike to me, but kind of battled back.
2s across the board now as Peyton high and outside again, bringing the count to full.
Can't give the Mustangs any free runs right here. Don't walk a man in.
No. And with bases loaded, 2 outs, Mustangs are going to be moving on the pitch, so this has got to be Peyton's best. Full count pitch from Peyton, fouled off by Model, right back into the Crusader dugout. Off the press box, right on to, I believe, Brandon Mahoney. He's just going to shake that one off. Left-handed hitters are always scary for the Crusader bench. Now the payoff pitch from Peyton with 2 outs is going to be chopped over to Hayes at short, over to Maher for out number 3. Crusaders are going to escape this one. Only giving up 1 in the top of the first, bringing up Mike Bolton, Pat Hayes, and Jack Peyton when we'll be back in the bottom half of the first. Set to lead off now for the Crusaders in the bottom half of the first is the Purdue commit center fielder Mike Bolton. And on the mound for the Mustangs is Callahan. And watching Callahan warm up in between innings, looks like he has a very long delivery out of the lineup, and he's short-arming the ball, almost like he's aiming it, which can come back and hurt you against this Crusader lineup.
Yeah, this team's a very offensive-minded team, I would say. I mean, last game I called here, they won 13-12. The Crusaders were down 10-2 in that game, so that was an offensive game. But, yeah, that could hurt you.
And first pitch from Callahan is going to be called for a strike on Bolton. Callahan ahead, 1-0-1. Bolton's going to pull back the bunt attempt, even us up at 1. Skorcheski, third baseman, is really anticipating the bunt from Bolton. And Bolton just misses on the bunt. He's visibly angry with himself, bringing the count to 1-2. He's going to have to swing the bat now and protect the plate, chasing. Callahan's 1-2 pitch to Bolton. It's going to be swung on over towards shortstop. Bolton's going to try and dig it out. Greer gets it over to Napleton with these 6-3 for out number 1. And Greer's a real athletic over at shortstop with a lively arm across the diamond.
That was a good throw, too, is get him over there. As Bolton was digging, he was going to try and beat that one out for an infield single, but he wasn't able to because the skills there by Greer.
Shortstop Pat Hayes now in the batter's box for the Crusaders. That's going to be called for a first pitch strikeout on the fastball. Callahan's pitch is once again going to be called for a strike. Hayes chasing 0-2 early here. Breaking ball is just barely going to skim Hayes' jersey, but that'll work as he's on to first base.
Only one out as well, so you got something to work with.
Jack Payton into the batter's box now. Payton has some good family ties to St. Rita. His older brother, Mark, legend on the south side at St. Rita, went on to play at the University of Texas, and now is in the Yankees minor league system. Payton was obviously pretty well known over at St. Rita as he steps into the batter's box for his first at bat of the day. He's going to drive into that one as it's hit out towards left center field. It's going to be caught by Commandant, the left fielder, for out number 2. It looked like he just got a little under that one.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was actually hit harder than you may have thought because once it got up there, I mean, that wind knocked it down right away. It looked like it was carrying pretty quickly, but the wind just knocked that down, and the outfielder was able to come down with it. Also, something to note as well, outfielders went after trouble tracking the ball down with the sun today. Pretty bright out there, pretty much not a cloud in the sky, so it might be hard for those outfielders to track it down, so nothing's a gimme today.
Here comes the scariest bat in the Crusaders lineup. Third baseman Sam Jones, the Indiana commit, but Hayes is thrown over to first base by Callahan as he walks back in there without even sliding. Not a good move on Hayes' part. Callahan's first pitch for Sam Jones is going to be called for a first pitch strike. Sam Jones has a very good sense of the strike zone in the batter's box, so he's going to try and pick out his pitch as Hayes is thrown over to again by Callahan, but he's in there again with these. This time he elects to slide. Jones, though, down 0-1 with 2 outs. Hayes on first base for the Crusaders. Callahan delivers the breaking ball. It's going to be fouled off into the parking lot right behind home plate, but Sam Jones just missed that one. You saw the big leg kick. That was like a beach ball. Just upset with himself. Just missed it. Hayes over to first base. Again with these, no problem. Once again, Hayes isn't getting dirty, but looks like he has plenty of time. He's in Callahan's head, though, which is a good thing for Jones in the batter's box.
Hopefully he can take advantage. 2-out rally.
The 0-2 pitch from Callahan is going to be fouled off by Jones again. Third consecutive pitch Jones has gotten a piece of.
It's protecting, which is good to see, but it's only a matter of time until he can get a hold of one. Like you said, about he's just going to look for his pitch, try and get in his wheelhouse and make some contact.
And Sam Jones isn't a guy who relies on the long ball either. He's going to... Hayes is over there safely again, but Jones is a guy who's going to hurt you with hitting the gaps. He definitely has that long ball potential as he's hit a few this year, but he relies on hit line drives in the gaps as he's going to get a hold of that one right down the right field line. It's going to go foul into the parking lot. Only a matter of time till Jones is able to straighten one of these out.
And that was perfectly placed too, just a little bit foul. He was trying to, maybe he's trying to aim for that big gap there along the line and right.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't put it past Sam Jones to be trying to aim it out there like he's playing 16-inch softball almost. Callahan over towards Hayes at first again. Hayes has this move timed up perfectly. He could get more if he really wants to, but I think he's just trying to stay in Callahan's head a little bit. 0-2 pitch from Callahan to Jones is going to be low and in the dirt for ball one. Sam Jones is going to try and work his way back now. Jones definitely in a more favorable position now, though. Callahan again over to first base, trying to get Hayes, but once again, no problem. It's looking too easy for Hayes almost over there as he tries to extend his lead a little bit, and Callahan's pitch is fouled off by Jones again. It's been an absolute battle from Sam Jones.
Yeah, if you continue to turn this into a hit, it'd be a great at-bat. Just working the pitcher right now for St. Rita.
This is still a quality at-bat, though, with how few pitches the Crusaders saw here in the bottom of the first. This is always good to see. Driving up the pitch count. Callahan delivers on 1 and 2. In the dirt, brings the count to 2 and 2. Sam Jones doing what he does best, working the count.
Looked like he almost wanted that one. He pulled back the swing. Good job holding back. Evens the count of 2, like you say, Ben. He's got an opportunity here.
Yeah, Jones did a nice job of picking up the rotation on that one just in time. The 2-2 pitch is going to be swung on and missed by Sam Jones. Mustangs are going to head into the top of the second with a 1-0 lead over the Crusaders. Joe Payton's still on the mound for the Crusaders after a shaky top of the first for him, but leading off now for the Mustangs is Mike Bodoff, the designated hitter, who's hitting in place of center fielder Noah Miller. Bodoff is a guy who has a lot more power than you would think with his frame, as he's going to swing and miss on that high first pitch fastball. Count is now 0-1. Yeah, I played with Mike Bodoff back in the day, and he's a guy who very antsy in the batter's boxes. Payton's curveball on 0-1 is going to be outside for the first ball of the at-bat. Payton delivers on 1-1. I thought he painted the inside corner pretty nicely there. They're going to call it inside for ball 2. Bottle from the catbird seat now as Peyton delivers. Called for a strike. Two and two pitch now from Peyton. Bottle thought about it on the outside corner, bringing the count to full. Not the start Joe Peyton wanted here in the top of the second, but on full count and Peyton delivers. Bottle's going to check swing there. It's going to ring him up. Strike three. Crusaders are going to start this top of the second off with a strikeout. That's the start Joe Peyton needed here.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to mention that too, Ben. It establishes a little bit of momentum there for Peyton. You know, as we were saying, if you saw, he was struggling a little bit in the first inning, so that establishes some momentum. Hopefully he can get his groove going now.
Peyton's first pitch to the left-handed hitting commandant is going to be fouled off right in Joe Peyton's glove. Peyton in control here, 0-1. Changeup's going to leave commandant looking at that for a called strike two. Good start here from Peyton with this at-bat. Ahead 0-2, he delivers. Outside. Tried to get him going fishing, but we're going to call that for ball one. Still ahead 1-2 now with one out. It's going to be fouled off down the left field line. Out of play, though. No Crusader could have made a move on that one. If Peyton can escape the bottom of the order without having anyone reach base, that would be huge.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, top of the order coming up. He's had some problems with them early on, so.
Here comes Peyton now in 2-2. Fouled off by commandant again. Looks like commandant is on Peyton's stuff here. Peyton's got to do a little bit better of a job mixing his pitches, in my opinion. And the 2-2 curveball is, I guess, not good enough, as it's going to bring the count to full with one out, nobody on. Peyton delivers. Foul right back into the backstop. And that's the thing with being a strikeout pitcher like Joe Peyton, though. You can get your pitch count up there pretty high pretty easily.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Peyton's full count pitch is fouled off yet again. Right back to him on the pitcher's mound.
I guess that's the thing. Yes, you can say you risk being a strikeout pitcher, but I think eventually, like you said, if he can match up his pitches a little bit better, he can find a better way into this.
And Peyton's pitch is going to be grounded over towards Hayes at short. He's going to field that off a two-hop over to Spike for first for the second out. Bringing up the top of the order now is Peyton walked Skorcheski his first time around. Peyton to Skorcheski. That first pitch is going to be called for a strike. It's a nice job of hitting the outside corner there with the fastball. Peyton's curveball bounces before it gets to the plate, but too much for Skorcheski to handle as he swings and misses on it. He's trying to do a little bit of his best Vladimir Guerrero impersonation right there,
yeah.
Bet. Peyton in control now, 0-2, 2 outs, nobody on, and that curveball is going to be called for the first ball. 1-2 now for Peyton, 2 outs, nobody on. Crusaders still chasing one. Peyton delivers outside with the fastball for ball number 2, evening us up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Peyton delivers. It's going to be flown out towards center field to Mike Bolton. Fields it with no problem for out number 3. Down go the Mustangs, 1, 2, 3. Crusaders chasing one, heading to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Crusaders is power-hitting second baseman Ryan Maher. Maher's a junior who's been doing a lot of damage in the middle of the lineup for the Crusaders this year. As Callahan's first pitch is going to be taken for ball number 1. Maher wanted that one pretty badly, though.
Yeah, good job holding back, though.
The 1-0 pitch from Callahan is going to be low and in the dirt for ball number 2. Maher in the driver's seat. Maher's going to smoke that one over towards second base. Going to be fielded cleanly by Crane. Backhanded. Nice play.
Maher just missed that one a little bit. Good play by the Mustang infield to bring that one in. Just a few feet away from going straight up the middle, being a base hit, but brings up the next batter.
Yeah, Maher got pretty much every bit of that ball. It's just a low line drive that turned into a one-hopper for Crane over at second. Nice play by the second baseman, keeping it in front of him as Dylan Fike now chops one over towards third base, over the head of Skorcheski, fielded by Greer in the dirt. But Fike is able to leg it out for an infield single.
Good hustle there by Fike. That's what you like to see, guys hustling on the line every single at bat, every single play.
Junior left fielder Danny Dallagale, left-handed hitting, about as fast as they come. You should see that Skorcheski playing in on the corner. The speedy Dylan Fike on first base. I wouldn't put it past the Crusaders to go for a hit-and-run attempt here as Dallagale takes that first pitch for a called strike. Callahan's been doing a nice job of spotting his pitches here early on. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Callahan to Dallagale is going to be swung on and missed. Big golf swing from Dallagale. Not going to hit that one with your head looking in the parking lot.
Yeah, you just got to keep your eyes on it, drive it. Good thing about a fastball pitcher is you drive it further.
A lot Callahan can do now ahead 0-2 as Dallagale is going to take that for ball number 1. St. Rita dugout is pretty disappointed in that call, and I don't blame him. One-two now. Callahan to Dallagale is going to be taken for ball number 2, high outside at the eyes. Dallagale doing a nice job of battling back here, evening up the count at 2 with a man on first with 1 out. Callahan throws over to Fike. Another Crusader runner who doesn't slide back into first base on the kickoff attempt. I guess he just doesn't want to get the jersey dirty. 2-2 pitch from Callahan to Dallagale is going to be taken outside for ball number 3. Dallagale fights back from being down 0-2, bringing the count to full. Great at bat from Dallagale. Full count pitch now from Callahan. Fike is off towards second. It's going to be called for ball 4. Absolutely phenomenal at bat from the junior outfielder Dan Dallagale right there.
For sure, working the pitch count, getting on base, only 1 out. Got a 1-man in scoring position. Hopefully get these guys over any way you can, but good at bat.
And here comes designated hitter now, Mike Hopkins. Junior, he's been seeing some time behind the plate as well. But Zillman is going to come out to the mound and bring in the infield for the Mustangs. Crusaders have an opportunity to do some damage here. Runners on first and second. 1 out, 2 of your fastest guys on the base paths. I wouldn't put it past Coach McCarthy to potentially try a hit and run here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea to do that, especially with first and second. Bring the men over into scoring position. But it's a good job Crusaders starting to get at the Mustang pitcher here. They had some issues with that in the first inning, making them work for it now. I mean, a couple of good at-bats we saw last inning, 2. We saw some great at-bats, some lengthy at-bats. Crusaders just, fighting for each pitch they get. So definitely good job starting to get into this Mustang pitcher's head.
If Hopkins can put this one down the left field line, or right field line, excuse me, just doesn't even have to be hit all too hard. He's gonna score. He's gonna score fight from second, no doubt about it. Potentially, Dalgale from first with how fast he is and how far away and deep from the line they're playing. Mustang infield is pinching towards the middle, and Hopkins is going to take that first pitch breaking ball for a called first ball. Ahead in the count now, 1-0, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Crusaders still chasing 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Callahan's pitch from Hopkins is going to be low and outside in the dirt. Nice stop from Zillman, though. Hopkins in the driver's seat, 2-0. Callahan delivers. Big swing and a miss from Hopkins. That's a good swing in. Just head down on the ball. He missed it underneath it with this swing in the catbird seat now for Hopkins. Left-handed hitting. Junior's going to take that one for ball number 3. Head 3-1 now, 1 out. Hopkins just has to realize he doesn't have to do it all with one swing of the bat here.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a good count in his favor as well.
And with the dirt blowing in his face, Hopkins is going to call it for time. Fike on second for the Crusaders. Dalgale on first. Callahan's 3-1 pitch to Hopkins is going to be taken for a called strike number 2, bringing the count to full. Crusaders are seeing a lot of pitches, though, this inning. Try to pick off Fike at second base. Crusader dug out on it pretty early, though. Fike got in there standing up. Full count pitch now from Callahan into Hopkins is going to be fouled off straight back. Hopkins stays alive. Full count still for Hopkins with 1 out. Fike on second. As Hopkins is going to hit that right up the middle. Coaches are sending Fike from second. Fike's going to score with these. Dalgale's going to get in there into third as he slides off the base. Knocked it out of Skorcheski's hand and crawls his way back. Great at bat from Hopkins, evening us up at 1 here.
Yeah, great at bat, but I want to take notice of something. Over at second base, Dalgale had some hard time getting past second baseman. He looked like he was in his way a little bit. He kind of had to push him out of the way. And that play at third base was really close. As we saw, he kind of slid the base a little bit. You know, his hand wasn't on the base. I think he got a little lucky there. I think he was out, but at second base, I think there was a little bit of fielder interference right there. Dalgale was trying to round the base, but he couldn't do it. He had a man in his way, so that was definitely missed by the umpires. But luckily, he's safe at third. Maybe that was a makeup call, but there was some interference there from the second baseman.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a grammar school rivalry, I'm sure. Crane and Dalgale, both alumni of St. John Fisher. As Callahan's first pitch to Brett Selke is going to be called for a ball as Selke pulls back his bunt attempt high and outside.
But back to that at bat, perfect play right through the middle, is able to score a run. Got a tie ball game.
Pitcher perfect baseball from Hopkins. Callahan's pickoff attempt over to Hopkins. Hopkins is going to slide in there with ease.
Here's Selke, nothing special here. Just move the man over. It doesn't have to be a base hit. Just get the man over, get the man home. You know, you don't need a home run or anything, but definitely anything helps.
Selke's bunt is going to be right back to Callahan. Last thing the Crusaders wanted right there.
The run was not able to come home there, unfortunately. Still got 2 men in scoring position. Only got 2 outs, though, so Bolton's going to have to put this ball in play somewhere.
Yeah, Selke was trying to get that one down the first base line in between first baseman and the pitcher, but that one went right back up the middle to Callahan. It's going to hold Dalgale up at third, but advances Hopkins to second. Bringing us back to the top of the lineup now is Mike Bolton is going to take that First pitch breaking ball high and outside for ball one. 2 ducks on the pond now for Bolton. 2 outs. All tied up at 1 here in the bottom of the second. The 1-0 pitch is going to be called on the outside corner for strike number 1. Counts even now at 1. 2 outs, 2 runners on for the Crusaders as they've plated 1 here in the bottom half of the second. 1-1 pitch from Callahan to Bolton is going to be taken away and in the dirt for ball number 2. A lot of ways Callahan can go here. 2-1 pitch to Bolton is going to be taken for ball number 3. Good take from Bolton.
Good eyes. He's in the driver's seat now, 3-1.
3-1 pitch. I'm sure Bolton's going to be taken here with 2 outs, and he does just that in the dirt for ball number 4. It's going to load the bases up with 2 outs, bringing up senior shortstop Pat Hayes. Hayes is a guy with some sneaky power potential and that modest frame of his, but a guy who can murder the gas just like Sam Jones.
And that's what he needs to do right here. I mean, pretty big gap out there in right center, over on the right field line as well. So if he can hit one of these gaps, it definitely scores 2.
Callahan's first pitch towards Hayes is going to be drilled right into the Crusaders dugout as it almost took off what sounds like Pat Reedy's head. Hayes is completely on Callahan now. It's going to be taken for ball number 1. Could have been real bad right there with that foul ball.
Yeah, I mean, Major League Baseball has gotten the nutting by the dugouts. I think high school baseball here, Brother Rice needs that too.
Hayes is going to take that breaking ball inside for ball number 2 as he shakes that one off as it almost hit him.
After that foul ball, all the guys in the dugout are now kneeling underneath the fence.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest as Hayes takes the 2-1 pitch in the dirt for ball number 3. Ahead 3-1, 2 outs. Bases are juiced. Through a pitch from Callahan is going to be taken for Hayes, ball 4. Not the prettiest way to do it, but that's going to be an RBI in the box for Hayes.
And that is a free run, which puts the Crusaders right ahead. That's the last thing the Mustang pitcher wanted to do right there. But we'll take him as you can get him. That's a 2-1 lead for Brother Rice as Jack Payton can come up and do some damage here in the bottom of the second.
Here comes the power-hitting catcher Jack Payton, the sophomore, can bust this one wide open with 1 swing of the bat now. 2 outs, bases are still juiced. Takes that one. Low and away for ball 1. Callahan's 1-0 pitch to Payton is going to be driven down the left field line, but it's going to go foul.
Just a little too early right there. Made some good contact on the ball. Solid hit. Just pulled it a little bit foul.
And you hear Coach McCarthy telling Jack Payton, you're still in control, buddy, with the 1-1 count, and I think Payton really is. He's got Callahan timed up. Pitch is going to be grounded in the hole. Right off the glove of Jalen Greer for an E6. Going to score another one for the Crusaders.
That was a very poorly fielded ball there by Greer. He didn't really use his momentum with the ball and come up with it and bring that towards first base or the easiest base. Just not a good play as Jack Donovan's going to come in and pinch run for Payton. But back to that play, it was just very poorly fielded. He wasn't able to take his momentum and bring it up with him and bring it to first base. And again, that's another free run for Brother Rice. It comes on an error. 3-1 lead.
And now Sam Jones is looking to make up for his mistake and Top half of the first with that E5. Bases juiced for the cleanup hitter.
And Ben, you know he wants to. Last time he's disappointed with that strikeout. Got the bases juiced like you just said. He wants this.
Jones is going to take that first pitch changeup in the lower portion of the plate. In the strike zone, for strike number 1. Jack Donovan now into the game at first base as well. Pinch running for Jack Payton. 0-1 pitch from Callahan's going to be over the head of Sam Jones. It doesn't even flinch. 1-1 now for Jones.
Yeah, lost control of his off speed right there. Going right at Jones's head.
One and one pitch from Callahan to Jones in the dirt for ball number 2. Jones in control. 2-1 here, 2 outs. Bases are juiced as the Crusaders have scored 3. Bottom half of the second. Crusaders lead 3-1 over the Mustangs. Callahan's pitch is going to be popped out of play into the parking lot by Sam Jones. Just misses a couple cars.
Lots packed today, Ben. Packed with cars. A lot of people here at Brother Rice. Got to be careful.
Who wouldn't want to be here for a 78-degree day watching some Crusader baseball?
That's what it seems like. I mean, got a great crowd here today. Most I've seen in a Brother Rice baseball game in a while, so perfect weather.
Sam Jones is going to get a hold of that one. Swallowed up by Crane at second base over to Greer. 4-6 to end the inning. Crusaders are going to play 3, extending their lead to 2 as we head to the top of the third. Brendan Crane set to lead off for the Mustangs as Joe Payton's first pitch is going to be called for a first pitch strike. The fastball, no doubt about it. Jones playing on the lip of the grass, anticipating the bunt from Crane. So left-handed hitting second baseman can move out of the batter's box. Counts even at 1. Quick pitch now for Payton in the windup. Low and away for ball number 2. Crane in control, 2-1 now. Nobody out. It's going to be hit up the middle, fielded by Maher. Maher showing some range. He's going to get him with a great stretch from Fike over at first base. Great play by Maher, ranging over to his backhand up the middle. Even better stretch by Fike.
Yeah, I mean, Maher right there, those plays show the strength you have to play second base. You have to turn your body completely and get that throw all the way over to first base. And you know that guy's coming in hard from St. Rita, so that was a great play by Maher to get it over there in time for the first out.
Shortstop Jalen Greer now is going to take that first pitch breaking ball inside for a ball 1, and Greer going to try and make up for his misfortunes in the field last inning with that error, that costly error that plated a run, as he's going to take that fastball from Payton for a called strike. Count's even at 1 out. Peyton delivers another breaking ball for strike number 2. Looks like he's got the curveball working now, Pat.
Yeah, it just took him a couple innings to do so. He's got to get in his groove, like I've been saying.
1-2. Another breaking ball. It's going to ring up Greer. That's going to be a backwards K. 3 straight curveballs from Peyton as he looks like he has found his footing on the mound.
Yeah, got a good inning from his offense last half inning. Come back out here, fired up. It's good to see that the offensive play for the Crusaders is now translating into their defensive play, especially for Peyton.
Yeah, Peyton just needed that burst of confidence as that first pitch fastball is going to be called for ball number 1. Peyton has a lot he could do here with the power hitting first baseman Frank Napleton. Bringing the count to 2-0, but if I'm Peyton, you just got to go right at him with 2 outs, nobody on, a 2-run lead here. Still fairly early in the game, you just got to go right at this guy.
Yeah.
2-0 pitch from Peyton outside, ball 3. And after such a hot start to the inning, Peyton is behind 3-0 now on Napleton. 4 straight balls after 3 straight strikes for Peyton, bringing up the catcher, Jake Zillman, who was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat.
Yeah, so you got to be a little bit careful if you're Peyton. You remember back in the first inning when there were 2 outs and the bases ended up getting loaded up off of walks, so you can't lose control here after establishing a pretty dominant first few outs here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Big leg kick from Peyton as that's going to be behind Zillman, but caught by his cousin Jack behind the plate for ball 1. Peyton answers back with the 1-0 fastball, called for a strike, 1-1, as that fastball had some life to it. Heard the glove pop. Peyton with a quick move over to Napleton, but Napleton able to slide in there safely. One and 1 count. 2 outs, man on first for the Mustangs. Joe Peyton takes a look, fires it home. Another fastball called for strike number 2. 2 straight fastballs. I'm expecting Peyton to go right back to that breaking ball. And Peyton does just that as Jones' dive is but unable to get to it as Dalgale is able to get to it in left. Holding Napleton at 3rd. Great angle from Dalgale out there in left field, getting around the ball and holding Napleton at 3rd. It's going to be a double for Jake Zillman as heads to the bench for a pinch runner, bringing up the Mustangs pitcher, Matt Callahan.
Assuming they're bringing in some speed there on second base to try and get both these guys home on a base hit, because you know they're running on 2 outs.
Peyton's first pitch with runners on 2nd and 3rd is going to be called for a ball. We've seen Peyton work out of a jam already once today. A second time, that'd be great for morale in the Crusader dugout as the 1-0 pitch is going to be outside for ball number 2. Peyton behind. Now 2-0. 2 outs though for the Crusaders with a 2-run lead, still 3-1 as Peyton delivers on 2-0 for a called strike 1. It's a nice job of just touching the outer portion of the plate there with this fastball. And that's going to be past Jack Peyton, but right back to him off that brick backstop. The 3-1 pitch now from Joe Peyton. Going to be called for strike number 2, bringing the count to full. 2 outs. 2 men out for the Mustangs, 2nd and 3rd. Peyton from the lineup. This pitch is huge. Full count pitch from Peyton is going to be swung on and popped up in the infield. Over in foul territory. Jack Payton's going to be able to get a hold of it for out number 3. Crisis is averted as the Crusaders strand 2 runners for the Mustangs, heading to the bottom half of the third with a 3-2 lead.
No,
Here comes Ryan Maher now for the Crusaders. Maher hit a shot over towards second base in his last at bat. Eaten alive by Crane over at second base, though. After scoring 3 runs in the bottom half of the second, look for the Crusaders to just keep piling them on here. As Maher's going to hit that one over towards Greer at short. Greer's going to field that off of the long hop over to Napleton. No problem. 6-3 for out number 1. Dylan Fike now had an infield single in his last at bat. Fike is going to smoke that one into left field for a base hit. The line drive is going to be fielded on 1 hop by Commandant. Great start by Fike.
Yeah, he takes the first pitch and he just drives it out there to left field for a base hit. Only 1 out. Got stuff to work with here as Dalga comes up to the plate.
And this is the same bottom third of the lineup that got something going for the Crusaders last inning, so expecting big things again, as it looked like every single one of them were on Callahan's stuff. Dalgal's going to take that for first pitch for a ball, low and away. 1 man on for the Crusaders, 1 ball. 1 man out as the Crusaders 7-hitter, Dan Dalgal. It's in the batter's box. He's going to swing that one right up the middle for a base hit. As that's going to go right past the center fielder. It's going to be an error as Fike is rounding third. Dalgal over to third. He's getting held up. Costly error by Noah Miller in center field. Just lets the ground ball right by him as it's going to be score that one a base hit, but an E8 that's going to allow Dalgill to move all the way to third. Crusaders played another one.
Yeah, I mean, another bad fielding mistake by the Mustangs. And it costs them yet again. The Mustangs are going to bring in their infield, as they rightfully should. But Dalgill, as you said, they're about to send him, and he very well could have. I mean, he's got the speed. He's one of the fastest guys on this ball club. So
now chasing 3. The Mustangs are bringing the infield in as that first pitch breaking ball is going to be called for a strike on Hopkins.
I was going to say maybe he'd be the only Crusader on this team who could maybe run out inside the park homer.
Yeah, him or Bolton probably. And then Hopkins is going to piece of that one into shallow right field, and that's going to be an RBI single for Hopkins. Scores now 5-1 Crusaders.
That's an absolutely perfect at-bat from Hopkins. Nothing special, just put it in. Even if that was a flyout, again, that would have gotten the run home no matter what. Perfect at-bat, even better, it's a base hit. Man on first, 1 out. You got a good inning going, and as of right now, 2 runs so far.
Yeah, Pat, you said picture perfect. I mean, as Crusader legend, Coach Bill Cleason says, kids, keep it simple, stupid. As
yep, for sure.
Hopkins just bloops one into shallow right field for a base hit and an RBI. Now as Brett Selke's going to drill one down the third base line as it's off the glove of Skorcheski, but I really don't think that's going to be chalked up as an error.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly, it's not his fault completely. That ball was scorched. I mean, that was just an absolute scorcher right over towards him at third base over there. So there's not much he could have done with that except try and put his man out there and try and catch it. But still, with only one out, got him one man in scoring position, first and second. Already a 2-run inning so far, and things are looking even better for Bolton as the top of the order is starting to come up. Big things could be coming here for the Crusaders. They can break this thing wide open.
Yeah, and Skorcheski just barely getting a piece of his glove on it, and that desperation stab into midair. That saved the Mustangs from giving Brett Selke extra bases. Now, as the top of the lineup, Mike Bolton takes that first pitch low and inside. No doubt about it for ball number 1. Once again, that right field line wide open for Bolton.
I think it's just a matter of time, so one of the Crusaders can just pick that one out.
In the dirt again, ball 2. Bolton firmly in control here, 2-0 with 1 out. Hopkins on second for the Crusaders, Selke on first. Crusaders have already scored 2 here in the bottom of the third. Pickoff attempt from Callahan over to Selke. Selke gets in there without sliding. Probably should have, but...
And as we speak right now, a Mustang pitcher heading out to the right field bullpen, so that's something to watch as Callahan's day might be over pretty soon.
And that 2-0 pitch from Callahan is fired into Bolton on the inside corner for strike number 1. And warming up for the Mustangs is number 16, Mike Bodoff. Here comes Callahan's 2-1 pitch. It's going to be hit by Bolton over towards first base. I thought it maybe would have bounced off the plate. But that's going to move over Selke and Hopkins to third and second base, respectively, bringing up 2-hitter Pat Hayes.
And 2 outs, so a fly out, sacrifice fly wouldn't help out, but definitely something Hayes can take advantage of.
Busts this one wide open with a base hit here from Hayes. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Callahan's 1-0 pitch to Hayes is swung on it out to right field for a base hit, and that's going to score 2. Bringing the score to 7-1 Crusaders. Open up the floodgates, ladies and gentlemen. Crusaders are just pouring them out.
Yeah, great hit there by Hayes. That one just gets down out there. Perfect base hit, though. Both those guys from scoring position, they were running anyway on 2 outs. Get it in. Great play, and like you said, Ben, this game has just been busted wide open, a 4-run inning right now, and it's not even over yet with Jack Payton coming up to the plate. You know he's dangerous.
6-run lead in the bottom half of the third against the St. Rita Mustangs has got to feel pretty good for the Crusaders, but no lead is ever safe in Chicago Catholic League Blue play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, like I was saying, I witnessed a comeback from the Crusaders. They were down 8 runs, 10-2, and they came back and won that one against the Ramblers of Loyola. So, like you said, Ben, definitely can't count anyone out.
And Payton now behind 0-2 after looking at 2 straight strikes. The first one was a fastball, second a breaking ball. That one was an inside breaking ball called for ball number 1. Payton ducked a little bit, probably could have gotten hit by the pitch, but wants to hit the ball. Don't blame him as Hayes is off towards second as Payton swings and misses for out number 3, but Crusaders put on 4 more, bringing the score to 7-1 as heading into the top of the 4th with a 6-run lead. Welcome back, Crusader fans. I'm Colossus. I'm now being joined by up-and-coming Grant Gearhan in the booth. Grant, pleasure to have you with me.
Great to be here, Ben.
And as we have a change in the booth, we also have a change on the field as junior Eli Swice is on the mound now for the Crusaders. Swice is a guy who's been eating up a lot of innings for the Crusaders early in the season.
You know, the game thus far hasn't really been a pretty game from a pitcher's standpoint, so both pitchers going to be pulled early in this one.
Yeah, Peyton, despite having that 6-run lead now, what would have been a 6-run lead for Peyton, I should say, Coach McCarthy's probably just trying to be careful with his arm a little bit, coming back off that injury, saving him for the playoff stretch is what's going to matter most for this team.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to push a returning player from injury in a 6-run game. Might as well go to the bullpen to preserve this lead.
Left-handed hitting. Right fielder Gavin Model, the junior, leading off for the Mustangs as Swice is looking to settle in on the mound for the Crusaders. The lanky right-hander delivers a first pitch fouled off by Model for strike number 1.
Beautiful day for some baseball here at 99th and Pulaski. Crusaders with a 6-run lead. You can't ask for much more.
Oh, no. And Swice's 0-1 pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball number 1. Model thought about it, but elected not to swing. As Swice is a complete change of pace from what Peyton brings to the table. And the 1-1 pitch from Swice is going to be half-heartedly swung and miss on by Gavin Model, bringing the count to 1-2. But Swice is a complete antithesis of what Peyton is. Peyton's going to throw it right by you, make you swing and miss with his breaking ball and his fastball. But on the 1-2 pitch, Swice, this pitch is going to be fouled off by Model. But Swice is a guy who's going to rely on hitting his spots and having good command on his pitches.
Yeah, he's certainly going to have to do a good job of that today, as the umpire has been pretty inconsistent in his zone so far.
Now 1-2, Swice is going to hit Gavin Model right on the hip. Perhaps looking towards football season next year, trying to take out the St. Rita kicker's leg.
I believe that is the second hit batter for the Crusaders pitching staff so far in this game.
Botoff is going to pop up that first pitch strike, falling out of play.
Packed parking lot here in the Crusader North lot, as that ball was lucky not to hit a parked car.
Swice takes a look at Models. Model can move sneaky speed over there at first base, but that pitch is going to be called for ball number 1. Count even at 1 now for Botoff in the batter's box. Changeup can be called for a strike. Botoff shaking his head in disgust that he didn't unload on that one.
Yeah, right in the left corner of his zone. Beautiful pitch.
1-2 pitch from Swice now is going to drill Botoff. Shaky start from Swice side of the pen.
Yeah, as you alluded to earlier, he's really got to take control of his pitch if that's one of his primary things he relies on.
Nine-hitter now in the box for the Mustangs. 2 men on, no man out. Mustangs still chase 6 now. Commandant has a big wide open stance as that first pitch from Swice is going to be fouled off right into the backstop. Oh, 1 pitch from Swice is going to be swung on and driven out towards left field, towards Dalgale. Dalgale's going to camp under it, hold the Mustangs at second base. Sam Jones had a diving effort to try and keep that cutoff throw in front of him. Great backup, though, is despite keeping it in front of him.
Yeah, very nice defensive play by the Crusaders there, advancing no St. Rita runners on a meant-to-be sack fly.
Top of the order now for the Mustangs. Mike Skorczewski. Couple of walks so far today. First pitch from Swice. In there for a strike. Breaking ball in there for strike number 2. Swice ahead 0-2 on the senior third baseman for the Mustangs.
2 consecutive pitches there, right there in the zone.
Yeah, the off-speed just had Skorczewski second-guessing himself as he goes right back to the off-speed, and Skorczewski just barely gets the end of the bat on it. Swice still ahead 0-2. Runners on first and second for the Mustangs. Swice delivers the 0-2 pitch. Ball number 1.
Debatable call there by the umpire.
To say the least, Grant, as Swice delivers the 1-2 pitch. Swung and missed on changeup. Got Skorczewski swinging out of his shoes. Almost fell over. Out number 2 for the Crusaders. Two-hole hitter up for the Mustangs now. Junior Brennan Corain. Swice's first pitch is in there for a called strike. Counts 0-1. 2 men on, 2 men out for the Mustangs as Crusaders are trying to maintain the 6-run lead as Jake Payton does a nice job of keeping that one in front of him.
Crane and Crusader outfielder Danny Dalgill, former classmates at St. John Fisher School. Looks like Dalgill's getting the best of him so far.
Swice falling behind now. 2-1 on the left-handed hitting second baseman. That one's going to be in there for ball number 3, just on the outside portion of the plate. Pitch looked pretty good from up in the booth, but what do we know? That's going to be hit by Corain out towards center field. Bolton does a nice job of retreating and taking that one for out number 3 over the back shoulder. Crusaders lead 7-1, heading to the bottom of the 4th. Inside fastball called for ball number 3. Jones firmly in control here. It's going to be taken.
Number 5, Ryan Maher.
For ball 4, Sam Jones is going to take that free pass. But going back to Botoff in the bullpen, just trying to get him a little bit more time. He doesn't take much to get his arm ready from what I remember, and looks like Coach John Nee is heading to the pen.
Yeah, I didn't think Callahan had the energy to hold on too long this entire inning. And a leadoff walk, I presume, would leave the Mustangs to the bullpen. This might just be a strategic mound visit, though.
I wouldn't put it past Coach Nee, but Coach John Nee calls for the righty from the pen. And here comes Badoff, and as Badoff gets settled in on the mound, we're going to take a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. And we're back with Sam Jones on first base for the Crusaders after that leadoff walk. Mike Badoff now on the mound for the Mustangs, the senior product of St. Christina. Badoff, the quick pickoff move over to first base. Sam Jones able to slide in there safely, however.
Resourceful move by Jones to slide into first base, as opposed to some other Crusader base runners that chose to go into first standing.
And Jones has got a monster lead over there at first base. I'm ostentatious. And here comes Badoff on the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be called for a ball, but in the dirt, Zillman attempts to get Sam Jones sleeping over at first. Jones gets in there safely.
Jones's quick reflexes saved the Crusaders from out here early in the inning.
1-1 pitch from Badoff is going to be taken for a ball. Maher ahead 2-1. Two-one pitch from Badoff with no outs is going to be just missed by Myers. That's going to be a ground ball to Crane out for at second base. Right off the backstop. Counts 2-2 as the Crusaders have a 7-1 lead over the Mustangs after a couple of big after a big second and third inning. 2-2 pitch from Badoff now. Excuse me. Pickoff move from Badoff over to Jones at first. Breaking ball is going to leave Maher heading back to the dugout as he didn't even take the bat off his shoulder. Backwards K for Maher. Good start for Mike Badoff out of the pen.
Yeah, pretty nice pitch there. Give credit where credit is due.
Dylan Fike now, who's got a couple of hits today for the Mustangs. Or for the Crusaders, excuse me. Fouls off Badoff's first pitch. Bottoff ahead 0-1 with one man out. Sam Jones still on first base. The very big lead as he's off towards second, off and running. Zillman's not even going to throw. Sam Jones is in there standing up. Great jump.
After taking a substantial lead for a pretty long time, Jones finally steals his base.
Yeah, and Sam Jones isn't the fastest guy out there. He high baseball IQ, got a great jump. 1-1 pitch from Bottoff is going to be inside. Backs Fike off the plate for ball number 2. Fike in control now, 2-1. Comes Bottoff's 2-1 pitch. Fike going to hit that one right in the shallow right field. Sam Jones is getting sent as he's going to be in there with ease after Commandant fumbles with the ball a little bit in right field. Or excuse me, Gavamano fumbles with it a little bit in right field. Crusaders now lead 8-1 from that RBI single from Fike.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for much more from Dylan Fike on that at-bat. He scores the man from scoring position, and the Crusaders now have an 8-1 lead.
Danny Dalgio up now for the Crusaders. Takes that first pitch for a ball.
Hey, Bill, did you give that an error? Him running home. No, him running home.
Bottoff's 1-0 pitch to Dalgale. Blown away in the dirt for ball number 2. Coach McCarthy telling Fike to get a bigger lead over at first. Fike on his toes, bouncing. 2-0 pitch from Bottoff to Dalgale, high and outside again for ball number 3. 3 straight balls from Bottoff. Not a good start here. Looked like Bottoff was settled in after that first at-bat, but Crusaders are starting to get to him now as Dalgale's going to walk on 4 straight balls. Bringing up Mike Hopkins, has been doing a lot of damage at the plate today.
Mike Hopkins.
Starting to look like a similar pattern from these Mustangs pitchers. They get into an early groove and then put their foot off the gas pedal and start walking guys, and it's cost them so far.
Mustangs still heavily shifting towards the left portion of the outfield as Hopkins just gets a piece of one down the right field line. That's going to be 2 runs easily. But that first pitch from Bottoff high and outside, yet again to the lefty for ball number 1. 1-0 pitch from Bottoff now. Blown away this time on the fastball. 2-0, Hopkins in control. Fike on second. Dalgale on first as Brennan Crane's going to come in and have a word with his pitcher Mike Bottoff, just trying to settle him down a bit.
Yeah, arguably 2 of the 3 fastest Crusaders on the base pass right now. Dylan Fike and Danny Dalgale.
Mustangs are heading out to the mound. Have a word with Bottoff as Mustangs send another right-handed pitcher out to the bullpen. Bottoff looked good in that first at-bat, like we were saying, Grant, but just hasn't been able to find that same command on his pitches again.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the Mustang manager is out there to inform him that, you know, if you get control of your pitches, you've been getting outs thus far, so needs to just settle down a bit and get back into his groove.
Yeah, Bottoff has to use the life on his fastball to his advantage for the Mustangs here. Hopkins ahead 2-0 with 1 out, 2 men on as he takes the 2-0 pitch. Borderline call for 3-0.
Another walk might lead the Mustangs coaching staff to go to the bullpen once again.
3-0 pitch from Bottoff. In there for a strike, the fastball, no doubt about it. Three-one now. Bottoff from the stretch into Hopkins. High and outside. Second straight walk for Badoff.
No, batting number 17, Brett Selke.
Senior outfielder Brett Selke stepping into the plate for the Crusaders now. Hit that shot right down the third base line in his last at bat. Selke can put this one almost out of reach at this point with the base hit. First pitch from Badoff in there for a strike. Badoff's 0-1 pitch into Selke. Swung on into shallow right center field. Mono gets a hold of it. That's going to be enough for Fike to tag up from third. Nice diving play from Mono out there. That was a great catch.
Yeah, nice defensive positioning out there from Mustangs outfield.
But that's still going to bring the score 9-1 Crusaders. 8-run lead. Things are looking good for the Crusaders here in the bottom of the fourth. Oh, pitch to Bolton in there for a strike. The first pitch breaking ball. Runners on the corners. 2 outs.
Base hit from Bolton here would certainly score Dalgill and truly turn this game into a blowout.
Bolton takes the 0-1 pitch high and inside as he just backs off the plate. It was up near the eyes. Bolton's going to ground that one into left field for a base hit, plating Danny Dalgill. Bringing the lead to 10-1 Crusaders. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Crusaders up 9 runs here in the bottom of the fourth on the Mustangs. Right man up for the Crusaders, too.
Yeah, in this atmosphere of Catholic League rivalry, the Crusaders are going to have some bragging rights going into the next matchup if they could hold on to this monstrous lead.
St. Christina rivalry, 2 good friends now, Pat Hayes and Mike Badoff. That first pitch from Badoff to Hayes in the dirt for ball number 1. A couple of guys have played with each other a lot over the years, so Badoff knows what Hayes can do. 1-0 pitch from Badoff outside to Hayes for ball number 2. Hayes ahead 2-0, 2 outs. 2 men on for the Crusaders. If we've played it 3 more, bringing the score to 10-1 over the Mustangs. Badoff's 2-0 pitch to Hayes. High and outside again for ball number 3. Badoff's been struggling all day, regardless of what side of the batter's box the hitter's in. The 3-0 pitch from the right-hander is going to be taken by Pat Hayes for ball number 4. Loading the bases with 2 outs. Bringing up catcher Jack Payton, the sophomore.
Third batter walked here by Badoff. Bases loaded once again for the Crusaders. 2 outs for sophomore catcher Jack Payton.
First pitch from Badoff in there for a strike. Payton can extend this lead to double digits with the base hit here. Oh, 1 pitch from Badoff into Payton in the dirt towards the Mustang dugout, but Hopkins is going to hold up at third base. Excuse me. Counts even now at 1. 2 outs, Crusaders lead 10-1. One pitch now into Payton. Outside for ball number 2. Payton sitting in the catbird seat here. Payton gets a hold of that one in the left center gap. 2 are going to score. Hayes is rounding third. It's going to plate 3 more for the Crusaders on the 3 RBI double from Jack Payton, bringing the score to 13-1 here at George Sedlacek Field. Big at bat from the sophomore. Just bring a 12-run lead for the Crusaders now.
Awesome hit there by Payton, right to the fence. Scores 2 runs. Crusaders now have a 12-1 lead. 13-1 lead, I'm sorry.
You hear Coach McCarthy saying more. Just shows you the type of attitude that this Crusader baseball team has. Seen it on the t-shirts before. Relentless. And as the Mustangs bring in a new pitcher, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head to a quick break. We'll be back when action resumes.
Don't forget to stop by the dance club.
After Jack Payton's 3 RBI double, bringing the score 13-1 for the Crusaders. Jack Donovan now on second base, is pinch running for the catcher, but brings in Zavala from the pen for the Mustangs. Sam Jones takes the first pitch from Zavala out of the pen for ball number 1.
Yeah, after that huge hit, Payton really exhibiting the fact that he is a varsity player. Coming up big with a 3-run RBI to blow this game wide open.
2-0 now for Sam Jones, firmly in control. Zavala still trying to find his footing out of the pen. Big leg kick. And Jack Donovan's off towards third on the pass ball. Going to be in there standing up lightning quick. Good jump. (3-0) now on Sam Jones. 2 outs. Sam Jones smokes the 3-0 pitch. It's Crusader third base coach jumping out of the way. I was just about to say, I'm sure Crusader coaching staff's going to have Sam Jones not taking the bat off his shoulder, but there we have it. 3-1 now for Sam Jones. Takes that one as Jones is off towards first base with what he thought was ball 4. Call for strike 2. Counts full now. With 2 outs, Jack Donovan on third base for the Crusaders. Full count pitch from Zavala into Sam Jones. Swung on and missed for out number 3. Crusaders had 6 in the bottom of the 4th, heading into the top of the 5th with a 13-1 lead. Eric Diaz now on the bump for the Crusaders as they have the 13-1 lead. The junior is a real good right-handed pitcher out of the bullpen.
Yeah, watching Diaz warm up, it looks like he has a lot of speed on his pitch.
Yeah, Diaz definitely has a lot of life on his fastball for being a guy of that size. Gets his full body into it now. Shortstop Jalen Greer leading off for the Mustangs. Diaz's pitch from the windup is going to be low and away for ball one. Diaz just has to find his footing early here against the middle portion of the Mustangs batting lineup as Diaz fires that in there for a ball. Brings the count to 2-0.
Mustangs as a team just got to be pretty happy that they got out of that prolonged inning. As Greer nails it to left.
Great play by Dalgiel. Somehow keeps that in front of him. Just turned his head and stuck out his glove, but wasn't able to field it. Wasn't able to field that on the fly, but off the hop backhanded, looking the other way. Good play by Dalgiel.
Dalgiel truly an all-around player known for his speed and defensive ability, but he also is pretty good on the offensive side of the plate.
Jalen Greer now comes out of the game as senior Steve Inslee comes in. It's a pinch run for Greer. Cleanup hitter for the Mustangs, Frank Napleton, now into the box. Takes that first pitch. Fastball for a strike. One man out for the Mustangs. No man out. Napleton behind 0-1 as Diaz set to deliver from the stretch. Barely fouled off by Napleton just off the end of the bat. Diaz ahead in the count 0-2. Diaz can throw whatever he wants here on 0-2. Expecting his best pitch here. Breaking ball just going to be popped into foul territory. Fielded by Dylan Fike for out number one. Inside out swing from Napleton right there as he just got a piece of the breaking ball. The right-handed hitting Jake Zillman, catcher for the Mustangs, steps into the plate with one man on and one man out. Zillman pops the first pitch up, just out of play. Diaz ahead, 0-1 now on Zillman. Inslee not being held on at first base has a sizable lead. 0-1 pitch from Diaz in the dirt for ball one. Counts 1-1 now for Diaz. One out, one man on. Crusaders lead 13-1. Mustangs have yet to score after that blunder by the Crusaders in the field in the top half of the first, as Diaz's pitch is going to be called for ball two.
I would assume the Mustangs are going to be pretty aggressive on the base pass here as they need men in scoring position as soon as possible to get this game back into a reachable position.
High heat from Diaz, just a little bit too inside, brings the count to 3-1. Diaz can't afford to lose his batter and prolong his stay on the mound here. 3-1 pitch from Diaz now. Low and away for ball four. Looks like Diaz is trying to aim the ball a little bit.
Yeah, and especially in a blowout like this, you don't want to fatigue your pitchers too much and get them tired when you have a sizable lead.
And the Mustangs starting pitcher, Matt Callahan, now stepping into the batter's box with men on first and second. One out as the Mustangs chase 12. Diaz's first pitch to Callahan is going to be swung on down the third base line. The line drive is just foul. Couple of feet, and that would have been extra bases and a couple of runs for the Mustangs.
Yeah, lucky break for Diaz and the Crusaders. Would have been pretty easy runs for the Mustangs.
Diaz ahead, though, on Callahan, 0-1 with 1 out. Changeup in the dirt for ball 1. Counts even with 1 out. Mustangs still have runners on first and second. As that pitch is going to be swung on and missed. Callahan just behind Diaz's fastball.
Nasty pitch. In a good way.
Diaz ahead in the count, 1-2 now. Diaz delivers the breaking ball, low and inside in the dirt. Evens the count at 2. 2 men on. 1 out. The Crusaders lead the Mustangs 13-1 here in the top of the 5th at George Sedlacek Field. 2-2 pitch from Diaz now. Outside for ball number 3. Diaz set to deliver on full count from the stretch. Called ball 4. I don't think that's the call anyone was expecting, not even the Mustangs.
You know, you would think when a ball is close in the zone like that, the umpire would try to get the game along and call a strike, but what do I know? I'm just a broadcaster.
Coming in from the pen is senior southpaw Pat Rita. As Rita gets settled in on the mound, we're going to head to a quick break. We'll be back when Rita resumes action on the mound for the Crusaders.
Patrick Rita.
Senior Pat Rita on the mound for the Crusaders, the southpaw. Getting warmed up out of the pen. Rita, a guy who has some sneaky life to his fastball and spots his off-speed stuff really well. From the windup now, bases loaded, 1 out. Rita delivers, low and away for ball 1.
Crusaders in this game's condition obviously want to just get the game over as soon as possible without any chaos.
Breaking ball from Rita in there for strike 1, evening us up at 1 out. Bases are still juiced. Swung on out towards right field. Brett Selke not going to get to it. That's going to score 1 run and hold up another Mustang at third, but the Crusaders almost got the Mustang coming around first base, bringing the score 13-2 here at George Sedlacek Field. Rita delivers now. Bases still juiced to Zavala for a first pitch strike. Rita ahead 0-1. Crusaders have a 13-2 lead as Zavala swings and misses on the breaking ball. Way in front of it for strike number 2. Rita ahead. The 0-2 pitch from the left-hander. Breaking ball. Back Zavala off the plate. Rita's still ahead 1-2. Rita's 1-2 pitch is going to be called outside for ball number 2. After being ahead 0-2, count is evened at 2-2 for Pat Rita. Rita's 2-2 pitch is going to be swung on and missed by Zavala. Breaking ball gets him. 2 outs now. Crusaders lead 13-2.
Nice pitch there.
Yeah, it looks like the Mustangs are going, bringing a pinch hitter.
Big man.
Number 14 is coming in a hit for number 25, Commandant, the left fielder. 14 for the Mustang has a real similar build to the catcher from Providence, Nick Jones. We saw him take Pat Hayes deep the other day. And Rita is going to hit number 14, bringing the lead to 10 now as the top of the order is coming up for the Mustangs. Crusaders lead 13-3. Commandant now coming out to run for 14 again, and Skorcheski now stepping up into the batter's box for the Mustangs, chasing 10, top of the 5th. 2 outs. Rita's pitch to Skorcheski is going to be called for a ball, now behind. Rita just needs a ground ball to get out of this jam here. The 1-0 pitch is going to be called. Call for a strike. Counts even at 1. 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Skorcheski is going to hit that one over to Hayes. That's short. Over to Maher for out number 3. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, as the Crusaders run-rule the Mustangs 13-3 in the start of rivalry week. Big statement win for the Crusaders over their rival over on 77th and Western. Crusaders are going to win this one 13-3. Once again, I'm Ben Kloss. I was joined by Pat McGann earlier in the broadcast.
And I'm Grant Gearhan.
Once again, thank you for tuning in. And Grant?
This is Ben Kalasa and Grant Gearhan, and we are going to send you off. This is Brother Rice TV.